yes. Immediate court response to noncompliance. I noticed that somebody seemed to be contributing to the actual writing of this court manual on domestic violence. Yes. Assurance, yes, that criminal or the appropriate civil, family law, or dependency court proceedings are promptly reinstated if the court determines that a new offense has been committed, or that the domestic violence perpetrator is not progressing satisfactorily in the treatment program. Treatment if recommended. Oh, my experience in 7 years and 4 months of you violating the laws is that you were sure that I would not accomplish what you wanted. Now, it only takes a few corrupt psychiatrists to make a person look crazy. But my record was dismissed and expunged, and the Washington State Foreign Protection Act, and I said four federal laws. Yes. See, there's that federal U.S. Code of Dishonest Services, Sheriff. Yes. I've sent over 2 million emails, and for every individual in the government that has an obligation of the honest service, I find out that you received anything from any third party that did know I was being deceived, as a scheme or artifice. Yes. I will sue every sheriff's department of the United States of America for depriving me of the honest service, right? Because I sent RI.PDF and I said the petitioner didn't sign it, right? I was not given any due process and you issued it for 10 years. Now you said, well, it's our jurisdiction, but really it's not. You did not have civil or criminal jurisdiction because Washington state law says that you were to enter it into the Washington State Criminal Information Center, yes, and enforce the first no contact order. Now, it seems that somebody's really heavy handed about those that violate, yes, the treatment if recommended, not progressing satisfactory. When I put my life in somebody else's hands, right, and I say, well, I'm not going to do your mental health evaluation. I know that I was arrested on Guam. I know I had two evaluations. One was drug and alcohol, and one was parenting. Yes, because the allegation was child abuse, right, and domestic violence. Yes. And I know that I did 7 hours of parenting classes, and I know that you issued a protection order when you should have issued the no contact order in the Washington State Criminal Information System, right? But instead of doing what state law requires, you wanted me to be such a fuck up that I would do whatever you say. And that's holding my sons hostage. Now, this would be done in a variety of ways depending on the court context. Yes. Now, determining domestic violence perpetrator suitability for treatment. Do I, as the perpetrator, meet the statutory requirements for court mandated or court directed treatment? Well, it seemed to me that there was no treatment recommended other than 7 hours of parenting classes. I need to be educated about what I should and should not be doing as a parent. Now, does the victim fear reassault by the perpetrator? Does Heidi Lee Budnick, the woman that abducted my sons, which purchased plane tickets without my knowledge, actually did hit me? She struck me. Yes, yes. Decided to take all the money out when she got here. Yes. So that I had an account that was overdrawn. Right. Had you issue a protection order when you should have issued. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Exactly who's the perpetrator? Is it myself or my wife? Now, how dangerous is this batterer? I didn't actually hurt my wife. We went for a walk. I grabbed her hand. She made up some bullshit about, ow, you're hurting me. And I'm like, you gave birth to 5 sons. We're walking to the Kmart with all the kids in public. Is there any danger posed to the adult victim or children by ordering the perpetrator to attend a domestic violence treatment program? I actually didn't attend a domestic violence treatment program. If If you read the evaluator's report that was submitted to the Romanian Superior Court, it suggested reconciliation. Oh, will the victim be safe during the batterer's rehabilitation process? This mental health and evaluation, if recommended, did you think I needed to be rehabilitated? See, I actually didn't commit domestic violence. I was never a perpetrator, yes, of domestic violence or child abuse. Oh, have I previously disregarded any court orders? Well, I waited 1 year, right. I did everything the court said, yes. I've never disregarded a court order, yes. And as far as I know, I'm still in personal recognizance in Jefferson County. Yes, my name is not docketed. And it seems that somebody keeps disregarding the actual laws of the United States of America. It's not me. I keep telling you the law's being violated. Have I, the perpetrator, previously been terminated for unsuccessful completion of a treatment program addressing the violent behavior? I've never had any violent behavior. Oh. I've never been arrested before. See, every arrest that took place in Clallam County, yes, was for violating a protection order where there was no civil or criminal jurisdiction. Yes, I wasn't in Sequim, Washington. I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. If you look at the videos on June 16th of 2017, where I didn't attempt to contact the the victim by a third party in Port Townsend, Sequim, or Port Angeles. I didn't email the Brennan School District. Now, I've emailed the FBI thousands of times, and for some reason, the Sheriff's Department. Exactly who committed the crime? You had an obligation according to the Washington. You decided that you deprived me of dishonor. You assessing the perpetrator's amenability to treatment. Now, did you misinterpret my refusal to have a mental health evaluation and treatment if recommended when I understood that after 1 year of probation? Well, see this? Yes, absolutely unnecessary. Complete abuse of power. Pooch. If you look at the expungement order, yes. I do not have an arrest record. Oh, I did not have a court record. There was no audio or video. Yes. The alleged victim, yes, should have gotten something from the prosecuting attorney's office that would have been given to the sheriff so as to enter it into the Washington state. Now, I'm going to absolutely sue you for every time you put mental health evaluation and treatment recommended because you had you are going to go to prison, as is any accomplice, aiding and abetting, local conspiracy. I'm going to put in prison approximately 4 million individuals, and if you're in a tribal police department, you're going to fucking find yourself non-acceptance of domestic violence. The court should be informed immediately of the rejection, be provided the reasons for non-acceptance. Let's say that I told you I wasn't going to do a mental health evaluation, and you as a court decided to not admit the evidence I wasn't in Sequim. Yes, you refused to acknowledge my emails that I was not given any due process. You didn't acknowledge any forgeries, the complete lack of penalty of perjury. The petitioner didn't motion the court. Yes, and for some reason, I'm the one that you would say was, well, he's rejecting it. Why would any American citizen?